Okay, guys, let's just go on, please. Now we've got next passage. Title is UK Rail Services. I want you to imagine UK, Mr. Bean, Pine Bean. Okay, UK Rail Services, and there they have rail service. So imagine UK, imagine rail services. How do I claim for my delayed train? If the train is late, so how can you claim for a delayed train? Delayed train means a train that is delayed, means late actually. They've delayed the train. So how do I claim for my delayed train? And then we've got this passage. There is no subtitle. Now we come to the questions. Wow. Uncle true, auntie false, grandpa not given. Okay? Yeah. So Taryu false and not given. Yeah, exactly. Good. Very good. True, false, not given. Listen very carefully. True, false, not given can be very simple if you divide the questions into three parts. Right? The first part is like true. For example, let's read question number 9. System for claiming compensation. Underline system for claiming compensation varies. Now encircle the word varies. In true, false, not given, you will do two things. Underlining and encircling. Encircle the word or phrase which will decide whether it's going to be true, false or not given. And I'll tell you how. There is one word or a phrase, like sometimes that phrase is all. All the people. In the passage, this is some people. Right? In the question, they say majority of people. In the passage, they say minority. Right? So there is one phrase that sometimes that phrase contains only one word. Sometimes 2 to 3 words. So the phrase which is going to decide true, false, not given, you will encircle it. Other clue words you are going to underline. One thing. Second, the good news is in true, false, not given, questions and the passage, they are in the same order. And the tips I'm giving you, they are same for academic and general training, right? So true, false, not given, questions and passage, they are in the same order. Now let's read question 1. System for claiming compensation varies from one company to another. Now look at me. If the system varies from one company to another company, means one company has different system, other company has different system. That means varies. So if it varies, the answer is true. Now what is opposite? If the system is same, there is a standardized system, right? It does not vary, then the answer is false. And if they don't tell us whether the system varies or it is the same or standardized, then the answer is not given. Now over here, the word varies is going to actually define that. Now please come back to the passage. As I said, questions and answers are in same order. Paragraph 1, I'm going to read it for you. Generally, if you've been delayed on a train journey, you may be able to claim compensation, but train companies all have different rules. Train companies all have different rooms, so it can be confusing. Different rules means they actually system varies. Exactly. So the answer is false. Very good. Wanted to check your confidence. ऐसा झटका लगाया अभी थोड़ा सा. Okay, बच्चे बेचारे पहले ही टची हुए होते हैं. All right. So the answer is true. Now you understand. Now tell me what is the word they've used for varies. Exactly. Different rules. That is that. Clear? Very good. Now 9 is done. We come to question number 10. Under delay. Now see, under U and D, they are capital. So whenever the word starts with capital letter, it's easy to identify in the passage. Under delay, repay, a train company will only provide. Now underline, encircle the word only. Train company will only provide compensation if it caused the delay. Now listen, if train company will only provide compensation if company caused the delay, it's true. If delay is due to some other factor which is not because of company and they provide you compensation, then it is false and otherwise not given. Now I read the question again. Under delay repay, a train company will only provide compensation if it means company. if it caused the delay. So if company caused the delay, they will give you compensation. If delay was due to some other factor, they will not provide the compensation. Come back, second paragraph. Delay repay. Can you see that? D capital and R capital. Delay repay is a train operator scheme to compensate passengers when trains are late, and the train company will pay out even if it was not responsible for the delay. See, even if it means company. Even if company was not responsible for the delay, see, the countries where you guys want to go, they are this much touchy. If the train is late, they will give you compensation, even if it's not the responsibility or if it is not because of the train company, right? And over here, if the train comes after 2 hours, you say, thank God, aate gayi na. Yeah, we are happy about that. So the answer is, now you understand the word only. And by the way, these words will be used repeatedly in true, false, not given. Once you solve 8 to 10 tests, you will realize they repeat all these words time and again. Okay, question number 11. Under delay repay, it's about the same. Question number 11. Under delay repay, underground and other train companies, underline underground and other train companies, give exactly the same amount, underline exactly the same amount of money in compensation. Now look here. If they give exactly the same amount of money for compensation, it is true. If the amount is different, then it is false. And if they don't tell us whether the amount is same or different, then it is not given. Very good. Now let's go back, please. Same paragraph, third line. Second paragraph, third line. The scheme varies between companies, but up to 2016, most paid 50% of the single ticket cost for 30 minutes delay and 100% for an hour. Right? Now, most paid 50%. If the train is 30 minutes late, they will give you 50% compensation. If the train is 1 hour late, 100% ticket price will be returned to you. Right? On the location underground, you'll get full refund for 15 minutes delays. Okay, now they say on the London Underground, you get a full refund for 15 minutes delay. Now let's come back. The question is, under delay repay, underground and other train companies give exactly the same amount. Why false? Exactly. False because they said first, over here, second paragraph, most paid 50% of the single ticket. Most actually, not all the companies. Most paid 50% for 30 minutes delay and 100% for 1 hour. And on the London Underground, you get a full refund for 15-minute delay. So London Underground, they give you full refund. That is why the question, under delay repay, underground and other train companies give exactly the same amount? No. They don't give exactly the same amount. In London, it's different. And most companies pay 50%. So that does not mean all the company. That is why the answer is false. Very good. Question number 12. Increasing number of train companies. Now underline increasing number of train companies are willing to pay. Underline willing to pay. Encircle rather. This is going to decide. Willing to pay compensation for problems they are not responsible for. Now, if companies are willing to pay for the problems they are not responsible for. Now, it's not the responsibility of train company. So, if it is, then it's true. If they are not willing, then it is false and otherwise not given. Now, please come to this third paragraph. Companies that do not use delay repay and still use the other schemes will not usually pay compensation if the problem is considered to be out of their control. Right? Now, but it is still worth asking them for compensation and all that. Now, just tell me, have they mentioned anything that companies are willing to pay? Increasing number of companies are willing to pay. This is the fact which you need to find. Increasing number of companies are willing to pay. What do they say? They say companies that do not use delay repay and still use other schemes will not usually pay compensation if the problem is considered to be out of their control, but it is still in all that. Have you found any information on that? Whether companies are willing to pay or not. So the answer is good. Not given. 12 is not given. Question number 13, please. It is doubtful whether companies using older scheme will provide compensation if a delay is caused by a strike. Now underline, it is doubtful. First, okay, whether companies using older schemes, underline older schemes, will provide compensation if a delay is caused by a strike. You know strike? We know very well what the strike is in our country. We do have strikes. So now, if it is doubtful, right? Doubtful means they are not sure about it, right? Then it can be true. And if they are sure about it, it's not doubtful, then it is false. Otherwise not given. Please come back. Same paragraph. Third paragraph, third line after full stop. Third paragraph, third line after full stop. You are unlikely to get compensation for a delay if any of the following occur. Now please, from these 5 points, look for the word strike. Strike. See that? So what do they say? You are unlikely to get compensation for a delay if any of the following occur. And the fifth point is strike action. Now what's the question? The question is, it is doubtful whether companies using the older scheme will provide compensation if a delay is caused by a strike. It is true actually. Why? Please come back to third paragraph. Yeah, when they say you are unlikely to get, unlikely means it is doubtful. Unlikely is the word for that. So you are unlikely to get, like chances are that you will not get. Likelihood and unlikely is the word. So 13 is true. Let's go on. Question number 14. Passengers may receive compensation in the form of train voucher. Underline train voucher. Compensation. If they forget to request cash. Now if passengers do not request cash, then they may get a voucher. So if instead of, for example, you ask for compensation that your train was late, now give me the money, right? And you don't write that you need money, then they will give you a voucher. If voucher means you can use it again, right? So if they give you voucher, the answer is true. If they don't give you voucher, they give you another ticket or another option, then it is false. Otherwise, not given. Please come to third last paragraph. National rail conditions of travel state that you are entitled to compensation in the same form that you paid for the ticket. Same form that you paid for the ticket. If you paid for the ticket in cash, they'll give you cash. Next, some train companies are still paying using rail vouchers, which they are allowed to do if you do not ask for a cash refund. If you means the traveler. If you do not ask for a cash refund, what will they do? They will give you vouchers. So the answer is false. Good, it's true. Well done. Right? Passengers may receive compensation in the form of train voucher if they forget. And for they use the word you. You means passenger. Right? So question number 9 is true. 10 is false. 11 false. 12 not given, 13 true, and 14 also true. Yeah.